again. Peace and blessings. What's happening, family? What's happening, good people? I pray all is well with you. You're in good health. Your spirits are up. And there's been a being it's a special day that the Most High has made. We're here in the land of living. I pray that we all resting therein the right way. So I was just sitting there thinking, and I'm like, you go through things in life, experiences. And one thing about it, I allow those things, even the failures. I don't run from them. You know, it is what it is. You get back up, get back in the game, you readjust, and you go get it. You don't quit. And right now, I'm at one of them points. Y'all already know what I'm on. But I'm looking at it as a readjustment. Coming into the newness of life. Everything is surrounding the awakening. Coming into who you are, making changes, and those changes will affect. They will affect your whole life. You're gonna lose a lot of people. Get a hold of yourself, man. Start there. These TV shows, and I don't even watch TV no more. I don't miss it. You dig? It is what it is. I don't even watch that crap no more. But this phone just does what it wants to do. I hit the camera a while ago. I didn't hide my face. Y'all know who I am. See this face, this handsome face all the time. When I'm moving around and I don't want the camera all over my damn space. It can be in my face. I have no problem with that when I'm sharing knowledge. We dropping this knowledge. But yeah, family, it comes a time Africa blocks U.S. food exports. I'm tired of all that. Every time you look up, you hear what's not happening. I'm like, damn, man, we tired of all that shit. If it ain't happening, it's time to close shop and move on. I'm tired. Certain area, you can be free, live, you living. Life is life. Then you come to other areas, oh shit. You get deep. I ain't never been one to quit, man. Run around pussyfooting and whining. I gotta be honest. These days is different. It ain't like when we was coming up. I'm 55. You had that support net there. All this bullshit men and women be going through. Man, fuck all that. Go your way, I go my motherfucking way. All this constant arguing, bickering, back and forth, nitpicking about this and that. Leave the shit alone. It's time to go. It's time to go. We the most confused ass people on the face of this earth right now I ever seen. I don't understand black people. I ain't perfect, you know. One area I'm not perfect in is maintaining my security. As far as creating cash flow and being consistent. And because of that, y'all already know shit be out of balance. Nothing seems to go right. You can still be pressing to push towards that, but some people just cut different. Some people hinge on things. You know, they stay stuck on that. They don't understand. They don't have that that moral lining. You know, when you that camaraderie, they don't have that. A lot of people like fucking wolves, just trying to take. You don't know shit about giving unless it's for a reason. Like, just give, motherfucker. I ain't perfect neither now, but the point is, shit, you got to know when to fight, man. Sometimes you just gotta let shit go. It's that old saying, like the homie used to tell us. Man, let that shit go. If it's meant for you to come back to you, don't worry about her. I'm like, you know, when you're young, you looking like this nigga don't know what the fuck you talking about. You need to shut the fuck up. You know, you know what the fuck you talking about? This is my woman. Nigga, shut the fuck up. Shit. Yeah, that could be your woman. There's some shit that's going on in life where it'll make you second guess some shit. Like, what the fuck? What's really going on around here? You see my baby? I miss my baby. I want to go over there and hang out with my baby. This is my last baby girl. My middle child. She woke like her dad. We get together, we be talking for 50 hours, y'all. That's my baby. I got to get back to the hood, though. Yeah, sometimes you, shit, just what it is. You know, you ain't giving up, but shit, you can't fight no war where you the only motherfucker there. You the only one there ready to go to war, you know what I'm saying? I understand people get tired. I ain't, hey, to each his own. But all these weak ass, all that weak ass whining and oh, it's still not okay. We stay the fuck down till it change. All that fuck out of here. Black people ain't cut like they used to be. And then we at the same time we talking about commitments and this and that. Like what the fuck? Man, you better learn some goddamn loyalty first. Excuse my French, but y'all need to learn some loyalty, some resilience. Y'all, a lot of our people weak as hell, man. I ain't cut like that. People talk that shit, but let me tell you something. You can't walk in these shoes. All that tough guy shit. I got this and that. That shit don't mean nothing. Cause when a lot of you niggas behind them closed doors by yourself or in that cell, all that shit don't mean nothing. God forbid you should go through a situation, but then what amount of man are you? So a lot of us need to pipe down, man, and appreciate not just that we got it to a certain position. All that shit about this one got that and that. No, it's every man for themselves. It's like our equilibrium is intentionally off balance. Well, they intentionally wanted it like that, divide and conquer. If you can divide them and have them going against one another, yeah, we can stay comfortable. Because you got some of us that know to come together to look to God instead of all this bullshit we get involved in all our life. Then you got those that just don't give a fuck, be comfortable. That's what they want to do. So hey, to each his own. But newsflash, we vote now, family. That means something. And with that comes a power. And what you see us following, that's why you see us moving how we move. As far as us, man, look, as far as me, I'm not gonna give up. That's crazy. And this the shit I'm talking about right here. Reserve Tales. I like these little things. Y'all be checking them out. She won $500 million contract. Next day she threw him out unaware he owned. Goddamn. That's crazy. But that's how shit is. And that's what I'm talking about. You'll have in a relationship one person acting like, they really got it all together and they really don't. Yeah, you got some things working and that's good. That's to be commended. But just imagine how much more when both parties running on 10 cylinders instead of the division that comes and how a lot of you see the sisters do that shit. Oh, you ain't know nothing. You ain't gonna get a job. Ooh, keep that thought because you don't understand the law of nature, first of all. when your ass should. You plant the seed, you nurture it, water it, meaning work it. You stay down, 10 toes down. You don't care. You don't give a shit what they talking about. Because first of all, your blessings ain't don't it's not contingent on what the next person think or have to say or what the most high put in your heart. He's led you believe through signs and wonders. And you understand what you've been praying for and things are happening towards that end. You believe in God. You ain't like them. They believe in things. As long as there's things they can, oh, I got this. That don't mean he fucking love you. You got a lot of women out here with fucking contracts from the state talking about a fucking marriage contract. And these niggas probably, and a lot of dudes probably on the down low. You know what I'm saying? You might have to check their temperature. That's just the way society move now. I just seen them going at the football, the guy from the football team, the Eagles, talking about wearing a rainbow flag. Now, I don't blame them. Don't My job ain't contingent on what somebody's preference consists of in their goddamn bedroom. That's their private information. I got a problem with American that respect because what you do behind closed doors shouldn't be contingent on how I feel or think about it. That's your motherfucking business. I don't want to know that. I don't give a shit. The moment you wake up early in the morning, you gotta use the bathroom, right? It's this simple. You know what the hell you are the moment you pull your pants down and look. You know what you are. And what is that? When has it been comfortable to come all out in society talking about stuff like that? You know they on bullshit. These people wicked as fuck. And it's like the video I was making, speaking to the same effect, like with Egypt. The same shit that's going on with our people. The same shit went on with the Hebrews, the descendants of those that were descendant of Jacob and them 12 sons, because when they got in Egypt, which Joseph and Pharaoh had sent for them, but remember, it was a Jubilees 45. You got to read it, or 46. There was another king, an Amorite king, who took over Egypt. That's who said, "Come, let us deal wisely with them before they grow outnumber us, and when war comes, they ride with the others because they knew." And I hear black people today hollering the same thing, family. But for some reason, we just won't dial in to what we know is true. We steady going along with the bullshit and it's just one big ass ball of confusion. And at the same time, simultaneously, you got brothers and sisters awakening. You got those moving in power. You got those planting the seeds and working it to get there. Then you got those that's at the bottom that's kind of struggling. They might not be in their season, but they 10 toes down on it, and it's gonna trust me. It works. It works out all the time. But some of us don't have faith. You know, some of us, I don't know. We excited by the idea of things, but when it comes to actually doing things, hell no. A lot of people they ain't got the hell no. I laugh when people say, you are not, you're not a person we can trust or this or that. Like, motherfucker, shut up. Don't you know I did 11 stride? I did 23 fucking years in the penitentiary. I had to stay loyal to my manhood, so I was loyal to something. I wasn't gonna let nobody do nothing to me. I was loyal to me, my security, and make sure I get the fuck back out, and regardless. Knowing that I still had a life, I stayed up, even though I was locked in. Like, I'm very resilient. You niggas can't, a lot of them, excuse my French, but a lot of y'all ain't gonna make it. The first day you gonna fold. I've seen a lot of them coming there with the tough, rah. Then got something took from them. You know what I'm saying? Treated up in there. You would never hear no stories like that about me. A lot of y'all can't stand one room by your damn self without a phone, let alone get locked up. You go to the city police, you go to the police station, a lot of y'all gonna fold. So, no, we've been tried and true. I never fold.
It's just locking in on what and really focusing in on what works and staying true to it, which I did. But the way shit going now, with all this uncertainty and then with our people, I don't expect everybody else. I expect my own people, especially you motherfuckers talking about you love me. You around here riding and you ain't bringing your car to me. What the fuck kind of love is that? That kind of love, nigga, I don't need enemies. You talking down on me or talking, and a lot of y'all talk shit. You know, a lot of y'all wicked as fuck. You do your deeds and hide your hands, but what's in the dark, you know that shit gonna come to light. And a lot of y'all be gaslighting. Oh, they these type of people. No, that's bullshit. Brothers got the heart and love in they heart to change because they love their people and they want to do better. I'm one of I'm 55, so I'm one of them 70s babies who was cutting up in the 80s and 90s. You know what I'm saying? Who went wayward. The prodigal son. Now the prodigal son has come home. His eyes is open. His heart is, it ain't perfect, but shit, he love his people. Fuck out of here, and it ain't contingent on what he can bring. And like I said, a lot of niggas stuck on that. Yeah, he has to bring as a man, but all that shit people be talking about, brothers don't let them people hinder. Don't let that shit. Don't let them motherfuckers ride you to a point where you just ready to give up. And a lot of brothers I see they be. That's why you have a lot of them whooping the shit out of their partners. It's only so much you can take. I understand, but hell no. At the same time, you got to be true to yourself. That shit ain't working. You got to cut some shit. It just is what it is. If it's meant to be, that shit'll come back around. If not, look, I enjoyed you. You enjoyed me. All that extra shit, stalking and talking all that crazy. Hell no. You got life. You can restore yourself. Now you free. Keep it moving. Like, sometimes you just gotta pop out and show them. No matter where you at, or who you are. The enemy gonna try you. They gonna always try you. You can do good and mean well every day. Niggas still gonna have something to say about you. Niggas just wake up like that. A lot of them, like I said, they really hate themselves. They can't sit by themselves and sit patiently. They got to go. They on phones all day. You say something to them, they act like a manic depressant, like one of them yellow bus motherfuckers. They just get to hollering and going crazy. Like, what the fuck? Who the fuck raised you? Did I miss something? When I met your ass? Where all that come from? Like, really? Our people fucking crazy, bro. I just pay attention to people's characteristics all day. And the same shit you find in the children. You can walk in the house, everybody on the phone. They don't even mingle. These people fucked up today. They AI out. They can't act like they can't think. They won't read a book to know shit and then try to tell you something like, you can't tell me nothing. What the fuck have you read? What can you teach me that I can go out there tomorrow, turn some bolts, or screw some nails in, or administer some information to help somebody? What the hell can you teach me besides telling me to go get a fucking job? Stop playing. What can you point to somebody? It could be something simple as love. Do we know how to love? A lot of us don't, obviously, because if somebody ain't giving you so, oh, they don't love me. Fuck out of here. My life on the line. I don't got to deal with your ass, just like you ain't got to deal with me. But if I'm bringing my life to the table, goddamn it, I want every other amenity afforded for us that I can create to really make that thing happen. And your ass, my only intention should be to help facilitate that, but not because you say, oh, you should do it this way or that way. I'm not that kind of dude. And yeah, okay, the cars do slow down like I expressed. Cars slow down, it's time to change. Maybe life is showing you it's time to switch up. I don't have no problem with that. I can work administrative desks. I don't have no problem with that. I'm used to going in communities and taking over communities and doing what I had to do. I just don't have that in my heart no more. So I need to do right. And with that, I'm about to go. It's been 20 minutes. My point is, man, don't never let nobody think that they can never break you. Your life experiences brought you to where you at and built you up on purpose. It's not for the purpose of trying to please or fit in with the next person. Hell no. Ain't nothing wrong with people. Ain't nothing wrong with having relationships with people, and building and assembling together to come together under one common goal, and that's to, protect and provide a lifestyle for you and your dependents and your extended family. We share knowledge, we chop it up, you did, and we dropping jewels all day, every day, meaning sharing knowledge. A lot of us doing the research, we are seeing it. That's who you're gonna have to start looking closer at, family. You got builders and providers out here, but we ain't supporting. Hell no, y'all will see them. They in your family. You see them every day, and you'll walk past them and tell them get a job. That ain't nothing. That ain't gonna work for you. Go get a job. Well, how's that working? A lot of people losing their jobs. So many, ain't nobody talking about that. So that means somebody has to build a business. Somebody got to do it. I've always worked my own. I went to school, got this knowledge. Let me tell you something. Like I said, I recognize you got to do something else, Wayne. If it's not consistent, you need to do one or two more other things. I ain't giving up on what I got. The Most High blessed me with that talent. And you best believe I'm damn fucking great at what I do. I get busy with mine. I don't know everything, but I freaking get busy. And people trust me with their automobiles. You know what I'm saying? They trust me with them joints. I don't care what model it is. They trust me. I haven't worked on a Bentley yet, but they trust Wayne. And I got an overall package when it comes to servicing automobiles. Only thing I don't do is demolition work. You know, body and fender. Yes, I know how to put on fenders and things like that, but if it's damaged, I haven't gotten to that part of it. But auto mechanics and focusing on 9 different systems, yes, I can repair them. I understand them to the fullest. Like you understand who you are. You've grown to know yourself in life. That's how I understand cars. It's second nature to me, family. But my own people ain't beating my door down to bring me their automobiles. They not calling me for information where we can trade, because I'm a charge you. I'm not giving nothing free. It wasn't free for me to go to school, so I understand the law that's at work. Supply and demand. You need this information, I'm gonna supply it to you. And make sure you get that return on your investment. You don't get a return messing with me in them cars. Like I said, people really trust me with them. And that's one of my strengths. But there's a greater calling for me to, when it comes to this word, man, I'll shut the world out. Look, I'm late with who? See you when I see you. They can be taking my shit out on the street, family. As long as I got my Bible and my word, because what I come with, I'm already ready, family. I don't got to go to nobody's training and go to no school. Yeah, it's slow right now. Okay, go in there and cook up something where you going to get their attention. Offer the people something. Give them a little more value at a lesser rate. And that'll kind of pick things up. You could do something. Me and my buddy was talking about that Sunday. He like, yeah, it is kind of slow out here. He do detailing. And we, just dropping jewels and shooting and spitting, shooting game, back and forth, sharing information on what worked, the things we used to do, what worked, how, now coming that we're older and our approach to things as men, opposed to when we were younger, how we just didn't get no fuck. Whatever had to be done, man, let's get it. And like I explained to him, a lot of them things I don't do. I'm strictly on business. Whatever I do, I have no problem doing it through these talents and gifts that I have. That's why I prayed and asked God to give me these things. And obviously, He seemed fit for me to get them. There was no hindrance, spiritual hindrance towards that. I went in, and by me being mechanically inclined already, it was like love at first sight. I had ambitions. Talk about ambitious, which I'm still highly ambitious. I get out there and go to work and be ready to serve my people daily. But every day it's a question about some shit. Oh, you got on the jogging suit. You working? Family. I'm out here. I answered the call. I know what I got on. I didn't ask you what I have on. I come and serve you. For some reason, our people they don't appreciate shit. They only appreciate what you give them, what they can get. Like, you got to get out that mentality. I want for my brother or sister what I want for myself. And I want a whole lot for me, and I'm going to get it. You know, I ain't got them bankers, but I know how to get it. Matter of fact, let me go get my notepad so I can be taking notes. Come up with ideas. You're going to have to offer the people something. That's all. That's how you pick up all that shit about, okay, working, okay, doing certain times I can do this, where to kind of get the momentum, the ball rolling. Only difference between me and America, I'm not operating off projected sales. You know, I'm not giving you this false ass narrative because some days it'll roll and some days it won't. But that they have a machine, they can put the money behind it to push commercials, push this, push that, to give you the impression. And I'm not knocking their hustle, but I'm talking about what's real and what's fake. You know, you can have projections where in 10 years we're projected to do this and that, and y'all eat that shit up. Where opposed, on the contrary, you got brother or sister that's really out there that's creating real value and really pushing it. And we look at them like, oh, they ain't doing shit. Like, that's just a given. Like, I don't understand this. Where we get that mentality from? I don't get that. But to each his own, because there's a group of us that's aware of this. And I mean, we waking up by the droves. It ain't just here in America. They ain't gonna tell you, and I don't expect it ain't their place to put you up on the game to let you know, hey, it's a God that's dealing with y'all. Which I would, man, the most high is y'all God. I would have told y'all that. I wouldn't hold nothing like that from y'all. Come on, man. People wicked as hell. They will do that, but I wouldn't do that. I'm gonna tell you about it. Because he your creator. Why would I withhold that from you? I want to see you. It's people, like I said, I don't just be saying stuff just because I got lips. Why didn't they tell us all this stuff? When I'm listening to Chat GPT now, Chat GPT going through centuries of information, assessing it and bringing out the truth in an unbiased way, and it's just driving people crazy. I love it. But yeah, you got a lot of this shit going on. You got unequally yoked relationships because you have one demographic. I don't know the women where the women get that shit from, but it ain't just affected me. I see it every day with the homies. I be like, damn, what they got a script? They sit down and read together and say, this is how we, and it's affecting us all. But my solution is to the men, don't close your heart on the women. Hell no, because the Most High is doing things behind the scene that's releasing real power. Because a lot of us have invested. You get out there, you busting your knuckles, man. I'm busting my fucking knuckles turn a wrench. But the people, it's like the people just, wow, they just don't have no morale about business. I'm like, what the fuck? I know I ain't gonna be serving they cars for the low low. Ain't gonna be none of that shit. Not over here. Hell no. Because then, like I said, that's when that people really show you who they are. When they show you who they are, believe it, family. And it ain't nothing personal. Don't take it personal because then we know you was on bullshit. My only objective is to make better decisions where I can get better results. That's where I'm at with it. But the next person talking about you ain't doing this or doing that, or man, get the fuck out of here. You sound like a drug addict. Every day we get up and go to get it. You niggas just don't support it. Tell the fucking truth and shame the devil. It ain't and it's not that ain't your duty to. But when you got your own real high hatred of yourself, can you be? Straight up, niggas are trying, actually, literally, instead of utilizing you, niggas are trying to do what you do. Like exclude you and, oh, fuck them, we're gonna do it better. Like you don't even got the knacking for it. You don't even have the fucking talent to do it. But that's just how much we hate ourselves, and then we project that shit on others when we see them doing something right. Like that ain't what the fuck you do. Why you don't support your brother? That's crazy. And your brother or sister can help your ass. But no, niggas are next thing you know, niggas will see you doing shit, they'll be trying to do it. Like, why don't y'all go in business together? Like, who the fuck? Y'all wolves. But the thing is, I don't knock them. Because I'm saying, if you ain't got that knacking for art, being artistic, that natural talent, that shit gonna fall off. A lot of y'all going on these sites, going to these white people, ordering shit, and getting them your ideas and getting them everything. I retain my fucking ideas to myself. I own every inch of what I think, what I create, how I draw people, how I'm able to deal with people. I'm good with that. I don't need nothing AI or nothing they got. It's a slow grind or it's gonna be a fast grind. But one thing's for certain, two things for sure, it's my grind. AI can't have all my customers. AI is not I'm not gonna depend on them to do all my damn business. Hell no, because first time the system shut down, then you shut down. You gotta have the eye to foresee things like this. I'd rather do business face to face and make offers the old fashioned way and retain a presence, which I've always have. Even in the midst of things being slow, it's okay. I got to stop and look at, okay, what are you doing? What are you giving your time to? And you need to start being more of a penny pincher. I'm already not getting haircuts and going places. I'm surprised my woman ain't fucked around. You never know. She bitching about you don't go nowhere, and I understand. You don't go nowhere, you don't do nothing. Why? Because my money ain't never fucking right. If you want it right, then won't you invest in what I'm doing? But you can't do that. Black women ain't gonna do that, bro. They might love you, but they out for themselves. They not doing none of that shit. You got yours that's far few and in between that are, you know what I'm saying? Make sure they man right. All that. Oh, I've been hell no, that man with you every day and he out there busting his ass. Shit might be a little slow. You should have enough faith in this nigga. You know who he was when you first met him. Shit might have slowed down. Now all of a sudden you the shit. All the time you been competing against that nigga. And let me tell you something. The train better not never slow down. What goes up gonna come the fuck down. And if it ain't established on nothing concrete, like things that you own, you could produce, that you have a value yourself, and you know what you have is contingent on depending on others, like them jobs with all this uncertainty going on, I would have been changed my attitude and perspective on how I deal with one another. I'm doing it, and a lot of y'all better, cause it's finna get tighter and tighter. Homeboy steady cutting, cutting, cutting. You gonna need them brothers, and brothers you gonna need them sisters. All that in between shit. Oh, uh, make it last. Put your life on that shit. I swear to God, I'm gonna put my life on what I'm doing. It's always work. It might be a little slow right now. My shit work. Even if I got to up and move because the person that I'm with don't have faith or they, oh no, I ain't. No, if you up, take care of it. You take care of that shit. That's what I would do. All that. Oh no, you people would be like, people would think the worst of you before they, before they think the best for you. Like, what the fuck? You live and learn though. Don't complain. You remember that shit. And you hold on to that shit. But you don't hold on in a negative way where you gonna retract from life and really where it affect your relationship with others. Cause that's really where they trying to push you. Where you really be fucked up and feel like you just and I just think I'm like, okay, you kinda your money funny, so y'all know it's kind of funny at the house front. I'm like, damn, it's got to be like that shit. Okay, if I just move myself out the equation, shit, I'm gonna be good. I ain't gotta face that no more. Niggas gonna talk, but fuck them. Let them talk. I'll be free. I got these hands. I can still go and work and I can create through what I got going on with my business, my retail. I never lose that. If it's inactive, goddamn it, get active. So I got two outs: freedom from all that relationship and all that, that means that's more time for me to focus. And wherever I go, wherever I fall, I'm gonna land on my feet because I got the goods. And that's what I mean by you the one, you Neo. Yeah, things might have got out of hand where they to a point you really you can't bring it in. You gotta let it go. It is what it is. You can't cry with spilled milk. You got to strengthen yourself for the long haul. Keep it moving. Shit, everybody gonna be happy. They might be mad at you in the door, but she'll find another man. She might find she might already got one. What the fuck y'all going through turmoil, it's uncertainty. She bitching, you bitching. Women do that type shit, bro. They'll be in another nigga face laughing while you around the clock trying to think of a way to get out. They in niggas face laughing, bro. They ain't carrying that burden you carrying. They might be consistent because they got a job. Your consistency ain't as fat, ain't as uh, uh, consistent as theirs. But you stay down until you come up. Don't never give up. You done been through all that shit. You might as well stay the course, bro. Stay the course. It's like I gave up on the weed. People like calling the shit out of me. Damn. You ain't what? I ain't said nothing. Just fell back. Nope. I ain't got nothing. Nope. And times is kind of slow. And I'm like, damn, G. Cars ain't that consistent. This shit old news. Cut that shit off. It's time to move on, right? And whoever ain't with you, cut that shit off and move on. I would have been in another place, family. I'm gonna be honest. I don't have nothing against nobody. I ain't talking about nobody. I would have been gone because I just don't like the way society is going. I'd rather be by myself where I know I can tap in on what I do. I'm not gonna have that problem. No, the problem wherever I fall, I'm gonna land on these 2 feet, and I'm not gonna have them problems. You're gonna see me on my bike making videos showing you that I'm getting to the money. Look at the timestamps and look at the hours. Daily routine, work hours. It's just me. We went. That's where it's headed. I spoke it. It is what it is. I ain't talking about nobody. I ain't talking about my life. I'm just talking about the facts. This is how shit go. But you don't say sometimes you gotta know when to fold. Ain't nothing you can do. And then it could be all it take is sometime for them just to be interested. You ain't gotta put no money, be interested and let others know. Support what them men doing. These women don't support shit we do. And I ain't afraid to say it. They don't. They talk about me. Oh, he ain't no shit. He need to get a job. He ain't consistent. Oh, he need to get a haircut. They say all kind of shit about me. All the women. I be like, not all of them, but it's like the ones I know that have been in my life or the ones that's in my life now. Like, what is it, me? And the average person might say, yeah, it's you, homeboy. No, it ain't me. Because when shit was clicking, it was all good just a week ago. But when shit slowed down, okay, he stuck with it because he believed in what the fuck he invested in. He knew it would work. Okay, it's working, but it ain't working as you think it is. Casebook classic shit. You ain't getting in, the money ain't flowing. She ain't going out doing this. Y'all ain't, making y'all showings and you ain't taking her out. She start fucking with somebody, probably sucking somebody's dick, and you find out and it's over with. And you like, what the fuck? Now, am I gonna go that way? Hell no. She can go that way. Cause she ain't putting her time into the fight that the war that I'm raging. The war that I'm raging is to get to consistency. That's with what I have. If I have to let it go, I did that. I had a job. Had a good fucking job just last year. But it was all good just a week ago. Them motherfuckers let me go, told me they'll call me because of a problem. A problem I could have corrected. I didn't run from it. I accepted it. But the problem was there before I got to it. But because I didn't make it known before I touched the matter, the problem that arose, that I didn't let it know the problem was there. I was told we'll call you when we need you. I knew it was over there, and I'm like, damn, what? I was stoned, and you already know people looking at you like, oh, dude ain't no shit. He quit the job. Shit, my lady was show like, nigga, you probably quit the job. What the fuck? What the hell? And I'm saying, shit, you can carry it. Okay, if I leave, you'll have to carry your own rent. You gonna have to. You ain't gonna just leave this motherfucker. You can carry your rent. So all that, a lot of people they be too extra, and that's what I meant earlier. You in a position you can carry the rent, get that man in time so he can get himself in order, so he can meet the challenge. If you really love him, and especially me, yeah, like I tell people, shit, I miss my government phone. My phone, personal, might go off, but that government phone that the taxes is paid and they got the money, it ain't going off. But mine may go off. I ain't got government money yet. I ain't got that system set up where I can work that credit yet. I'm looking into that. But I'm like a stone. I'm from the Stone Ages. You know what I'm saying? I don't mess with the system or nothing. Yeah, it used to be good. I used to can work, you know what I'm saying, and hustle on the side where I was on my hustle. I had my hustle 10 toes strong. 10 toes strong, family. I sell water to a well if you listen long enough. But I came out of that. And I just stopped selling reefer. Straight up. Stop. Like, you can't, that's for them. Let the kids have it. That ain't where you at. She talking crazy. You know, your children looking at you like, Dad, you 50 years old. You still trying to sell weed? I ain't trying to sell weed. I can sell a whole lot of goddamn weed. Now when America then turned it into a saying it's legit. We can run business. Now it's, oh, you shouldn't do that. Like, what the fuck? Do y'all pay attention to economics? But I feel you. I feel you. Let it go. Let it go. Especially if you ain't gonna stay dedicated to it. And what causes you to lose focus? A lot of things can come in play. But if you are not fully, your spirit is not there, which I knew my spirit wasn't there. I would jump in and jump out like playing hopscotch. People like, what the? Just let it go. Let it go. I ain't had no cop man. Now, who to say? What if I got a cop man tomorrow? Oh, that's Wayne. We know who that is. Come holler at your man. They know me. They know what I do, but my heart ain't there. I didn't have them offers. Take the phone, G. No, I'm good. Take the phone, G, but I ain't getting no offers. You know, you got that business, don't you? You retailing, right? You can move these products, right? How's it going? Shit, it needs some consistency. It needs you that's inquiring about it to do business with it. That's how it's going. Let me make you an offer. Yeah, it need investors. Hell yeah, I don't have bankers. And that's what I'm working on. I need to reach people. Go out. I don't go places. I'm telling you, I don't go nowhere. Maybe I need to start going to a church. You know, they'll hear that you know these things and they'll pay attention to you, especially when you give it to God. Go to the church and give your hours to the Most High. They only once a week, even though you doing it daily. But while you doing it, go out there, pass out some food, give out some clothes, give out some free clothes, catch some people that's homeless and get them some t-shirts. You know, give out some t-shirts, some socks, and some drawers. Get that stuff away. Film yourself doing it and archive it. Not just to put it all on there, but to show a history. This is what we do. Start filing that. And you can use it as a resume. People start reaching out to you, want to put in on what you got going on. Oh, brother over there, woo woo. But damn, what it took all that? It's like you get to your breaking point and then the heavens open the door. I was talking to God, I'm like, God, I'm here faithfully to serve your people. And I'm serving their ass, beating the prices on labor, helping them get the parts, good quality parts at a cheaper price. Man, I'm going above and beyond. Doing labor for some people, and letting them pay some now, pay later. Like, what the? Crazy, family. Crazy, hey. It's like, times are different now. And I ain't stuck on whether my people, kinfolk come who drive. No, because I get a lot of referrals. A lot of referrals. People refer the shit out of me. I get a lot of people. And then like, tonight I was out there. A sister pulled up. She was like, "You always out here?" I'm like, "Sure is. I'm always on the call. It just so happened I'm right here right now. I might be inside or I might come and do a road service. You call me and I'll come to you. Give me your number." I gave her my number. I'm gonna see if she called. And generally they do. Now, because I'm not stationed there, meaning got a garage, I could be moving through the community with the t-shirts, and campaigning, letting people know, asking, answering questions. So they get a lot of questions about cars, which I should start charging people. You want to talk to me about a car? Send me $10. Send it through my cash app. Send me $25. This is vital information that's gonna help you because I'm not gonna just have no empty conversation. I'm gonna give them a solution. They know I'm gonna give them a solution. That's just the way I am. But you gotta grease. You're gonna have to grease these palms. That's how I'm gonna have to start doing. I'm not entertaining no conversations going into no specifics. You want to go into specifics? I'm gonna entertain the conversation. I'm gonna hear you out. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Ain't gonna be no answers. Shit, did I get that cash out? You want some information from me that's gonna help you develop a strategy so you can solve your problem? Let's make it happen. And I can make money like that. I get a lot of Dewayne, look at this, or scan this or that. I can charge them $50 every time I scan a car because I know the problem and I know how to solve it. And also the surrounding components that might be, because you have 9 systems and they all work in unison together to create power so you can drive them automobiles. Well, Dwayne know this. He know the problems, what they look like, and how to remedy them. Then to check the surrounding systems to ensure, yeah, I know how to check the output and input of these components. How much power is receiving, and to see if it's putting that power out so that such component can operate effectively. It's a way to test all components. So generally, general conversation with me about a car is gonna lead to solution. That's even with parts. People don't like to go buy parts. So I'm on the phone with this painstakingly task of having to answer all these questions, then getting put on hold for 50 hours. And I'm like, they got the people in the store already. Take care of the ones on the phone. Sit somebody on that phone and make their ass stay there and accommodate them phone calls. We want to bring that drive in from them phone calls to continue our run. We want our store to boom. So we cater to that. And then we even got somebody who know all data that can put this information together, who know these cars, who's been in the field, who has 5 or 10 years experience that can really go in depth with explaining. You know, we got all data. They go to information, invest in it, and you can sell the information. Point being, you're gonna get solutions out of my conversation, so I might as well charge. But if we just stick together, Lord have mercy. But it's all because they want to rule. They want to rule over the men. Men rule and don't got no money. So all that shit about feel accomplished, You crossing all your T's and dotting all your I's. You hitting. You winning. Where you able to accumulate is consistent. You able to accumulate and invest. Where you can use your money, where you can plant your money and allow it to work for you around the clock. That's good. You don't forget your brother or your man. I don't give a fuck what y'all been through. 9 times out of 10, it comes, as long as he haven't cheated on you, you know, as long as you haven't cheated on him. We don't know how to do that. We fucking and sucking anything. That's all you see on the internet. Ass and titties. I ain't hearing no knowledge. I ain't hear no how. I hear a lot of men don't want to marry women, but I'm not hearing no humility from neither side. It's like women that got so fucking bold based on I don't know what foundation, but in most cases it's not good. It's not fucking good at all. If it's allowed to destroy the household where you think because you got things that outweighs the value of that man, it's not that man, it's that person who thinks like that. I don't even give a shit what you got. Because if we broke up and I was a street nigga and we was on the streets and I know you got that kind of money, I will rob your ass or kidnap your ass. I'm just keeping it a buck. We ain't together, rob that motherfucker. I'm hurt. You won't play games. It just is what it is. That's why that's why it was important for us to change. But why we have to come to things like that? The fuck? Who else? I'm looking for money. Where I'm gonna go searching? No, I'm gonna send them at your ass. Go relieve them. Go get that bread. I need that bread. Shit, I can put that in my business. That's a DTF printer. That's boxes of t-shirts, boxes of jogging pants, and boxes of jogging shirt. I mean, hoodies. Man, let me get that. When people be playing games, I'm telling you. Woo! I thank God my heart and mind has been changed. All this struggle bus? No. I would have been went and robbed something. Let me get that. I'm gonna get it on. All that struggling and I really love cars. I never want to quit that. I'm like, man, I have I had to really talk to God. I'm like, I'm gonna have to let it go. I choose you, huh? You gave me that desire, and whatever He gave me, He's not gonna take it. And while I'm going through this fire, being tried, if that's what He gave me, it's like Job. I'm gonna let it go. But when it come back, I know it's gonna come back tenfold for me. So I count it all joy. Maybe the Most High is pulling you out the way to open your eyes to show you that. I wouldn't have been thinking like this a few months ago. I'd be on the phone making contacts. Man, who got that? I need that. I need that. That stress on. I'm in the field. Say what you want to say. I seen a post earlier. I'm like, man, I understand. I knew it was one. And the sister asked a question. What would you do? How can you uh, double up $500? If all you had was $500, what would you do? I'm like, $500, lady. I can go get a box of T-shirts for under $200, 70 some T-shirts, and I could spend another 100. So that's like 300, and plus the change from that, I could spend another 120, say 120, 25 on all DTF prints. Mix it up. Matter of fact, I got the prints already purchased. I can take them and make a game sheet, have each one of them print up each one out of the ones I choose. Probably 3 from the men's section, 3 from the women's, 3 from the little boys, and 3 from the little girls. And have 5 prints for small, medium, large, extra large, and 2X shirts. So that's 5, 10, 15. 15 times. Yeah. 15 times, that's 60. Oh, that'll be sweet. That's 60 shirts. That's why I said a box and get 60 prints. I have to do the math with the prints. I got a place where I can get them full color DTS for 2 for $5. So like 250 a print and up. But the 250. Shoo, man. How many prints? Yeah, I can get enough prints to cover those shirts. With that 500, I would spend I would spend 300 and still have one and some change. I had one and some change because I had to buy me some food. Shit, you know what I'm finna do. I'm finna sell each shirt for 15 to 20 bucks. These DTF shirts. And we ain't going to get no fake one ply t-shirt after the one wash is gone. No, 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 no. Nice, thick, 100% cotton DTF. I mean, cotton, what's the name of them shirts? Gildings. Yeah, or soft cotton gildings that feel like that Bella canvas. That's that more premium type t-shirt. People wouldn't know. They'll be like, wow, these shirts. They so everybody I sold one of those t-shirts to. Even the one I wore for years. I got to the ending of it. I started working in it. I still got it though. I got to wash it. I still got that t-shirt. I'm gonna wash that shirt. It's so soft. It's that soft cotton. I'm like, wow. Yeah. Buy a box of them. Them ain't no cheap t-shirts neither, and they not. They ain't no less than $3. They over $3. But they so soft and they lay on you. People be like, okay, I like this. Then smack it with that DTF print that ain't gonna crack a peel. Bro, you can play for $20. It's like a Bella. They working Bella 20, 25, 30, 35, 40 bucks a t-shirt. With a simple print, I done seen some of that shit done came off. Screen print. Like, excuse me? I don't think so, brother. Well, that's where we at. I'm like, that's what I'll do with it. We gonna double up. You still have two. Put that two up. Don't mess with it. And work that. Make that money back and then some. Cause off that shirt, them shirts you gonna see a G easy if you sold basic $10 shirts. If you sold them teeth that box of them. But we thought we can put a basic print on there and run at $10 a shirt. I'm gonna make more than a G. Or close to a G. What's that, 75? Oh yeah, 75 times 10, 750. You can pay 175, say 200, so you done doubled your money. You done doubled your money. It can be done. I'm like, I wonder what she trying to do. That's one of the sisters. I sure posted it for her. Shit. But that's people buy t-shirts all day. I can't say they don't buy them. I don't have that problem. Like I said, I got people who trying to challenge. That's cool. Do what you do. But they ain't doing it. They relying on others to do the shit. That's cool. Teamwork make the dream work. I hope you can pay them. And I hope you be able to hold to your designs. And they don't take them. Kiwi strawberry. Oh, that's a good flavor. Eat this sweet. You know, I was watching this. I ain't gonna even watch that. We already know how the story go. That shit affecting us all. I don't know what's wrong with the sisters though, but ooh, the table's turning. I promise you, brothers gonna get they trust. This brother gonna get his call because we make a difference. Even in the midst, we take nothing and still able to do something for people. I might not have no bunch of money, but I'm able to help people with the gift that I do have, and I get a lot out of that. I love to see people be so happy and they be so stunned like, man, you yeah, go ahead. I be happy that they fucking happy. But when I come home, I already know what that's gonna do. You did what? You still ain't got the money. Like I almost made a call. Well, I did make a call, but I ain't messing around. Hmm. Europe replaces U.S. gas. Cuts the U.S. out of global gas game. U.S. wasn't ready. The U.S. is under judgment. The U.S. is going to go down. The world is cutting you off. You can say, "Oh, we're gonna find somebody else to do it." Where they at? Africa ain't taking that shit. Well, Europe, them your allies. They didn't cut you off. We are a pariah. We like sitting ducks. Who gonna support us? Our neighbors, not Mexico, Canada, ain't. Now Europe just cut the fuck out of us. Stop playing. We in trouble. We gonna go to war. America ain't gonna just drink his medicine and keep going. No, they ass gonna go to war.
And you see the same picture. Massive American LNG tankers lining up to deliver their cargo. On the surface, this looks like the United States energy dream come true. The country became the world's top natural gas exporter just 8 years after starting LNG exports, with shipments growing over
I remember that
500%
shit happened.
in just 5 years. But here's the dangerous truth those crowded ports are hiding. The American LNG industry is heading straight for a massive oversupply crisis. While the United States spent over $100 billion building new export terminals, expecting Europe's demand to last forever, European leaders were making a different calculation. They learned the hard way that relying on shipped-in gas creates two big problems: price shocks and supply uncertainty. A harsh winter or a shipping delay can send prices soaring. So Europe has launched a massive infrastructure plan, not to build more ports for American ships, but to construct thousands of miles of new pipelines that will ultimately make the continent independent from overseas suppliers. This creates what economists call a boom-bust cycle. America's current boom in LNG construction is setting up the next bust. Every tanker that unloads in Europe today actually funds the very pipelines that will make those tankers unnecessary tomorrow. The United States is essentially fighting its own competition, and most market observers haven't fully grasped this reality. So why is Europe choosing pipelines that maintain connections to suppliers like Russia, despite political tensions?
Shit, they want to eat.
To three powerful advantages that pipelines have over LNG tankers. Advantages that are simply too big for European leaders to ignore. First is the overwhelming cost difference. Industry analysis shows pipeline gas typically costs Europe about 30% less than shipped LNG when you.
That's why I tell people they talk shit. I'm like, from compared to the average automotive repairman y'all deal with, they gonna charge the fuck out of you. You're not gonna get no better price. You're not gonna get no better relationship. You're not gonna be in no better hands than your brother Wayne. What the hell? The overall experience. Yeah, I know we gotta eat. You hear me complaining about money. It ain't cause I'm fucking lazy. Cause I'm helping more than fucking really charging. And I'm like, if y'all okay, you get out the way, people gonna fucking feel it. Like that. And one of the elders I was kicking it with earlier, I'm like, no, I'm ready to give up the game. Get up out the game, man. I'm feeling like Snoop. These suck ass niggas, these thirsty ass women. I'm ready to get this shit up, dog. You know, you're like, what? We need you. I'm like, shit, I do too. But this ain't consistent, man. Mm-mm. I'm catching hell on the back end. Trying to stay down. It ain't like when we was coming up. You know, we had that on. We ain't like that today, y'all. It like when I was growing up. They don't have that, I ain't mad at them, though. To each his own. I know what I'm on. I got to go get me an attitude with my wife. I got to get back in motion. I got some things I need to start doing. Start getting back out here. I miss them good old days, though. I ain't gonna lie. I never had to worry about shit. Why? Because I was in the field. It was real in the field. And I was out there 7 in the morning, you know? Making moves, real moves. I was like, my man done be all like, what the fuck's wrong with you? Ain't nothing wrong with me. What's wrong with you? Ain't nothing wrong with me. My mind is clear. Everything right. But it's like, if you don't have that connection, they look at you like an outcast now. You used to be the center of attention, you know? Now they look at you like an outcast. Oh, he ain't one of us. We want to save everybody. We got to eat. Fuck this. You know black people. Oh, forget him. 8-4. That nigga, he ain't on nothing. Fuck that nigga. Your woman be on the same shit.
All the transportation.
You know? And I keep telling them, U.S., the game is over for the U.S., man. Everybody's turning against your ass. How much more information do you need? My information leads me to understand that I need to be looking at Africa right now while I'm steady talking about this shit. Some things I'm saying I won't do, like I was saying, but in that response, like I was speaking about, one of the brothers was like, shit, I mess around, get me a zip, a half a zip of the strong, and a throwaway phone, and hit the streets. I'm like, damn, man. Woo, remember the times. I went there, boy. I sure cost my mind. That hit home when he said that. I'm like, damn, bro, you know, overnight, especially when them cats was like, man, you need to come get this phone. We see you out here, you know everybody. They've been knowing you all your life. You will blend back right in like it's nothing. I'm like, yeah, bills will disappear. I'll be up, all the way up. I'll be playing that song. I'm all the way up. Nothing can stop me. No, because I ain't them. My heart ain't even there no more, fam. I can pull out the I can pull out my Rockaway uniforms you did. My Rockaway uniforms, Air Force Ones, go old school, wear number jogging suits, you know. But things that I create with designs my graphic designs that I create myself.
While Europe builds pipelines, another massive shift is happening on the other
Stuff like this, having powwows, stuff like this, it helps. It helps. You know, especially when you're chosen, you ain't got nobody to talk to. I'm not gonna sit here and act like the phone is somebody to talk to, because it's not. But being able to make these videos make a difference. You got to focus on what's not right. You know, you might talk about it, but and that helps. It kind of helps. It's like having a personal psychiatrist right here. You can vent, you know. Can't talk to people. People ass gone to their own devices. They don't want to hear shit about solving nothing. They don't give a fuck. Hey man, I got this job. That's your problem. You go and try to save the world. I'm telling you, I never forget. Sister told me that. She was like, "Nigga, what? Like you trying to save the world? I'm 100 G's up." I'm like, "Dang!" Hey, I'm like, "Dang!" And it hit me then. I'm like, "Man, this." Trust me, I was talking to the Most High all the time. Like, Father, what is? I know I'm doing the right thing by negating, throwing my Air Force Ones on and Rockaway's and hitting the block and a T-shirt and hitting the blizzard. I ain't doing that, man. But let me tell you the truth. So I've been trying to do right, and I've been catching hell. But you know what? Made me tough. All that stuff I've been through, what you hear me talking about, it may sound like just conversation, somebody random, but no, these are experiences. And through those experiences, I was able to build a wall of resistance. I can resist the enemy. You know, when the enemy go on his attacks, I know how to run to the Most High rest, run into his rest, meaning to follow his ways, align myself, and to ensure that I'm aligned, because that's my walk every day. Perfect? Nah. Excuse me. But my heart is sold out to him, through and through. I'm his. He owns me. And no matter what, I'm gonna stay down, 10 toes down, fam. Because when I do start elevating, which is it's happening, I'm ready to scale, but I don't have things in order. It's not so much me. I haven't learned to let go and just let what's naturally unfold. You know how you one of them people, you just got to be in control of shit. It's not that I have low self-esteem or something, because I once, like I said, I haven't had a fucking haircut in God knows how long. So all that, I can care less about all that. I'm concerned and will be active with it, which I do groom myself. If I was going to spend 30, 40, $50 for a haircut and all that shit, no, I cut my own hand and cut my own shave and line my own beard. I ain't doing none of that. Throw some shea butter in, my hair to be just as curly as it wanna be. You know? Curly as it wanna be. You're like, what you got in your hair? Nothing, just some butter. Just some regular old shea butter. Texas voted red now. They can't afford $25 turkey legs at the state fair. Why are turkey legs $25? Dealers panic selling. 90,000 trucks now worthless. I just told somebody that. The engines in them Chevys, Lord. Yeah, them cars sitting. Just like houses. Pay attention to Florida. I'm telling you. Florida. Florida is got a lot of baggage. You know what I'm saying? And not a lot of movement like it used to be at high volume price, at high prices. God is a black woman. God of black people is reclaiming this image. The truth they can't hide forever. Oh, for sure. Africa on the ball with that, making videos, talking about that. There's a lot going on with the awakening. I love that. But I'm like, damn, why people don't listen to us? Kenya. Okay, that's good. I support bruh too. and I'm subscribing, share a lot of his content because he make a lot of sense. He's saying the same things we saying, and I'm loving that connection. How we can really, but it's got to come into real life. But at the same time, I'm like, why our videos don't pop like that? And I was just talking about Florida. Wave of foreclosures hit Florida's nightmare real estate market in 2025. How? Shit, this was yesterday. Yeah, I remember I seen this. Well, some of these videos. Economic secret white people fears about black unity. Kenyan Beast. 2 videos in less than 10 hours. So brother own it. It's a lot. I'll never forget when Sister Celestial said it's a lot. Ashkenazi Jews in big shock. Jewish Americans disappointed after their DNA proves they are not Jews. Man, y'all are Jews. Oh yeah, I like these little stories. I'm gonna sit back and watch this story. Staff laugh at black man asking about a Lamborghini. 5 minutes later, he fired. Yeah, because y'all, that's even with our own people. They think the worst of you. If you don't fit a certain criteria, they don't assume nothing good about you, period. Talk about programming and swear we the smartest thing that hit Earth like you can't even think yourself out of a goddamn paper bag. Why do we do that? That don't show no that don't show me no high level thinking or higher knowledge or understanding of the spirit or nothing. Like, where's your moral compass? Like, what the hell? Humble yourself.
Wrong show. He muttered.
Fair use copyright. Fair use copyright. Staff laughed at black man asking about Lamborghini. They must thought bro was broke or some shit. You know, they do that. 5 minutes later, he fired them all. You know, they making jokes on him. Sitting there with them tight ass suits on, looking like freaks. Yeah, you finna put a freak show on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Office. The man they mocked and react. His face remained calm, unreadable. He wore plain. Jeans, a faded t-shirt, and sneakers that had seen better days.
He got on. They pants tighter than a woman's. So the gay ass out of here.
Lamborghini worth hundreds of thousands
Choke
of dollars.
shit out one now.
But he didn't seem embarrassed. Instead, his eyes stayed fixed on the car in front of him, the bright yellow Harkon, its sharp lines catching the showroom lights. He stepped closer, his hand hovering above the door, appreciating the craftsmanship without touching it. I asked, he said slowly, his voice calm but steady, how does this handle on long drives? Does the engine stay consistent or does it heat? Brandon blinked, almost startled that the man knew what to ask. He quickly recovered, letting out a laugh that wasn't friendly. Sir, these cars aren't for long drives. They're supercars, not something you pick up for your daily commute. He exaggerated the word, sir, like it was a joke. From behind him, the shorter salesman with glasses, Eric, joined in. Honestly, man, you don't need to worry about that. These are, well, they're not exactly in the price range for casual questions. The plain dressed man turned his head, finally meeting Eric's eyes. So you're saying he asked, his tone still even, I shouldn't be asking because you assume I can't buy it? Eric opened his mouth, then closed it. Brandon jumped in smoothly, his grin widening. I'm just saying most of our clients walk in with appointments, financial documentation, bankers. They don't walk off the street and, he gestured vaguely at the man's outfit. The laughter from the desk grew louder. A female receptionist whispered something to her co-worker, who covered her mouth as she giggled. The mockery was no longer subtle. It was loud, bold, and meant to humiliate. Yet the man stayed calm. He walked around the Huracan slowly, inspecting it with the trained eye of someone who had seen hundreds of Lamborghinis up close. He crouched, slightly examining the rims. Then he stood, his voice cutting through their chuckles. What's the horsepower on this model? And is this the EVO or the STO? Brandon's smile faltered. That wasn't a casual question. Most people wouldn't know cars, would simply call it a Lamborghini, but this man knew details. Still, Brandon covered his surprise with another smirk. Sir, I don't think those numbers really matter if you're just here to look. This is a serious investment. Maybe he gestured dismissively toward the door. You'd be more comfortable at a Toyota or Honda dealership. They got great models for your range. The words hit the air like a slap. A couple nearby, clearly potential buyers, turned their heads to watch. One of them raised his eyebrows in disapproval. The staff didn't notice. They were too busy laughing. For the first time, the man's calm expression shifted. He didn't get angry. He didn't raise his voice, but his eyes narrowed slightly, his jaw tightening as he straightened to his full height. He was taller than Brandon, broader too. The quiet authority in his posture suddenly felt heavier, though the staff were too blind to recognize it. You think you know my range? He asked softly. Brandon chuckled, mistaking the question for weakness. Well, let's just say this. A Lamborghini like this is around $300,000, and the maintenance alone would probably drain your bank account. So yes, I think I know. The man stepped closer until there was only a foot of space between them. His voice lowered, almost a whisper. You don't know me. For a moment, Brandon froze. Something in the tone made his chest tighten. But then Eric laughed loudly behind him, breaking the tension. Come on, Brandon, stop wasting time. He's obviously just here to take pictures for Instagram. Yeah, another staff member added. Maybe let him sit in it for a selfie, then send him on his way. The man looked around the room. Every face he met had some trace of mockery on it. Smiles, smirks, narrowed eyes. They saw only his clothes, his skin, his lack of visible wealth. They didn't see the sharpness in his gaze, the quiet power in his stance, or the way he carried himself. And they had no idea they were talking to the owner. He finally exhaled slowly, turning back to the Huracan. I'll wait, he said simply. Brandon frowned. Wait for what? For the person who runs this place. The man replied, his voice calm but firm. You clearly don't have the answers I need. The words were simple, but the weight in them made Brandon's throat go dry. He opened his mouth to retort, but before he could, Eric jumped in again. Sir, there's no need to waste your time. The regional manager isn't here for people just browsing. Look, he pointed at the door. There's a used car lot 2 blocks away. Maybe you'll find something more reasonable there. The laughter erupted again, cool and dismissive. Even the receptionist covered her mouth as she laughed. A security guard near the entrance shook his head, muttering under his breath, unbelievable. The man stayed rooted to the spot, calm, silent. His eyes scanned the room one last time, then settled back on Brandon. 5 minutes, he said quietly. That's all. 5 minutes of what? Brandon asked, chuckling nervously. You'll see. The staff didn't know that in exactly 5 minutes, everything would change. But for now, they kept laughing. 5 minutes, the man repeated softly, his tone steady, almost unshakable. His words carried a weight the staff didn't understand, and yet they dismissed him with more laughter. Brandon rolled his eyes, turning toward Eric. Hear that? 5 minutes. Maybe he's waiting for his Uber to come pick him up. Eric snorted. Yeah, or maybe he's expecting the manager to give him a discount on a Lamborghini, what? Like 50% off for walking in with busted sneakers. The group laughed louder this time. The receptionist, emboldened by their mockery, leaned over the counter and said loudly enough for others to hear, Sir, this showroom is for serious buyers. If you're not here to purchase, we'd appreciate it if you didn't waste our time. The man's gaze flipped toward her. His expression didn't change, but the silence that followed made her shrink back slightly. She quickly busied herself with her computer, cheeks flushed, though the smirk didn't fully leave her face. A couple who had been inspecting a matte black Aventador looked on disapprovingly. The woman whispered to her partner, Do they really talk to customers like that? He frowned, shaking his head. Unprofessional. Doesn't matter if he buys or not. They should never treat people like this. The staff ignored those side glances. Their eyes stayed fixed on the man who stood quietly by the Huracan, hands in his pockets, posture relaxed but firm, like someone who had no intention of leaving. 2 minutes passed. Brandon finally sighed dramatically, glancing at his watch. Well, sir, it's been 3 minutes. Nothing's happening. You sure you don't want to show you the exit? The man didn't answer. He simply glanced at the glass doors as if waiting for something or someone. Eric leaned in with a mocking smile. What? You called a buddy to vouch for you. Maybe your friend is the one with money, huh? Gonna co-sign your dream car. More laughter. The receptionist giggled again, covering her mouth. Even the security guard chuckled, shaking his head as if the situation were entertaining. But then, just as Brandon was about to push further, the door slid open again. A tall man in a charcoal gray suit walked in briskly, his polished shoes clicking against the marble. His presence was commanding, his expression sharp, and immediately the atmosphere in the showroom shifted. This was Daniel, the regional manager, known for his no-nonsense attitude and high standards. Mr. Daniels, Brandon called out, relief in his voice. He hurried over.
Gillette Clinical has twice the sweat-fighting ingredients. Gillette antiperspirant.
Yeah, that's how they try to play you like you nothing. I get a lot of that till I come forward and make my request known. They be like, yeah, I'm the fucking owner and operator here. I'm the boss around this motherfucker. You did? Ain't nobody else. You dealing with me. After that, I don't have no more problems. I promise you. And it's fucked up.
Let's just say a situation. He gestured toward the man standing calmly by. The Harkon. Daniel's eyes followed his gesture. His brows furrowed slightly as he took in scene. The plain clothes, the posture, the faint smile tugging at the corner of the man's mouth. Something about him seemed oddly familiar, though Daniel couldn't place immediately. What kind of situation? Daniel asked, his tone clipped. Brandon smirked. A browser. Walked in asking questions he clearly has no business asking. We were just politely explaining that this isn't exactly a casual car shop. Daniel's gaze sharpened. Politely? Yes, sir, Brandon insisted. We handled it. The man in jeans finally spoke, his voice calm but carrying a weight that filled the room. Handle it? That's what you call this? Mocking me? Laughing? Suggesting I go buy a used car. The entire showroom went silent. The customers stopped pretending to browse. Even the receptionist lowered her gaze, suddenly nervous. Daniel's expression darkened. Is this true? He asked, turning toward his staff. Brandon opened his mouth, hesitating. Sir, we were just being realistic. Look at him. Does. He looked like someone who could afford a Lamborghini. The words hung in the air like poison. The audacity shocked even a few staff members who hadn't spoken earlier. Daniel's jaw clenched. He turned back toward the man in jeans, his eyes scanning him. Again, and then slowly recognition dawned. His chest tightened. His eyes widened ever so. Slightly. No, it couldn't be, could it? Sir, Daniel's voice dropped in tone, suddenly careful. Forgive me, but are you? The man's faint smile finally broke into something sharper. He pulled a small black leather card holder from his pocket, flicked it open, and revealed a platinum business card. Embossed in silver letters was a name that made Brandon's throat close up. Marcus Reed, CEO of Reed Automotive Group, the same group that owned multiple luxury dealerships across the state, including this one. The blood drained from Brandon's face. Eric's jaw went slack. The receptionist froze. Mid-breath, her eyes wide as the man, Marcus Reed, slid the card back into his pocket and looked around slowly at every staff member who had laughed, mocked, or dismissed him. His voice was calm, steady, but laced with unmistakable authority. I own this showroom. The words hit like thunder. Gasps rippled through the room. The customer whispered to his partner, "He's the owner?" She nodded, equally stunned. Brandon stumbled backward a step, his confidence crumbling. Yes, sir, I know. Marcus's gaze cut him off. You didn't need to know. Because respect, he said, his tone. Sharp. Isn't something you reserve for people who look wealthy. Respect is for everyone. Every person who walks through those doors deserves it. But you, all of you, he gestured toward Brandon, Eric, and the receptionist, chose to laugh, to mock, to humiliate. The silence was crushing. No one dared move. Daniel cleared his throat nervously. Mr. Reed, Marcus held up a hand, silencing him. His eyes stayed locked on the staff who had disrespected him. 5 minutes, he repeated, his earlier words echoing with heavier. Meaning now, I told you to wait 5 minutes. And now, here we are. Brandon's lips trembled. Eric swallowed hard. The receptionist's hands shook his sheet. Fumbled with his computer mouse. Tried to look busy, but it was too late. The reveal had shattered their arrogance. And Marcus wasn't finished.
Hell
The
no.
silence in the Lamborghini
Show
showroom was
ass
so
up.
heavy that even the ticking of the clock felt loud. Everyone's eyes were glued to Marcus Reed,
Hell out.
the man they had mocked, belittled, and humiliated, only to find out he was a billionaire CEO who owned the entire Reed Automotive Group. Brandon's throat bobbed as he swallowed hard. Eric's palms began to sweat. The receptionist shifted uncomfortably in her chair. Her earlier smirk wiped clean from her face.
Yeah,
Every laugh, every whispered insult from the last 5 minutes now echoed back in there. Mine's like a nightmare. Marcus let the silence stretch, his eyes sharp.
What a
his
security
posture
guard.
demanding. Finally, he spoke, his voice calm but powerful. I gave you 5 minutes. 5 minutes to show me who you are when no one's watching. To show me how you treat people who don't look like your idea of a real customer. And in
Sad.
those 5
And
minutes,
that's just how
you showed
people
me your
be.
true selves.
I go
He
in
turned
on
his
these
gaze
so
for his brand.
fast.
You, smirking, mocking, suggesting I should go to Toyota. Brandon's lips trembled. Sir, I didn't mean.
Shut the fuck up.
Marcus cut him off with a raised hand. You
On
meant every
everything.
word. You looked at me and judged. Me,
Exactly.
you decided I wasn't worthy of your respect because of how I dressed. Do you think respect is only for men in suits? Only for those flashing Rolex? Brandon's eyes fell to the floor. Marcus shifted his gaze to Eric. And you, laughing, egging on, called me a browser, assuming I was here for pictures. You didn't just disrespect me. You disrespected what this brand stands for. Lamborghini is about passion, excellence, precision. Do you think that passion belongs only to the wealthy looking?
Hell no.
Eric's face went pale. He opened his mouth, but no sound came. Finally, Marcus turned to the receptionist. And you,
Get our ass
tell me not
out
to
of
waste
there.
your time. Dude, you realize what you said? Every person who walks through those doors is your time. That's your job. Your paycheck depends on them. Without customers, without respect, you're nothing more than a building with cars collecting dust. The receptionist's eyes welled up, tears threatening to fall. Marcus straightened, addressing all of them at once. His voice carried across the entire showroom. This business, this empire, was built on a simple principle. Treat people with dignity.
That's
I
right.
started at the bottom. I was laughed at once, told I didn't belong. And I swore when I built my own company, no one walking
No.
into my doors would feel that way again. He paused, his eyes sweeping the room, locking on each guilty face. But today you broke that promise, and you did it in my house. Daniel, the regional manager, stepped forward nervously. Mr. Reed, I assure you this is not our standard. These individuals. Marcus raised a hand, stopping him. Daniel, save it. Standards are only as strong as the people who uphold them. And right now, these three have failed. The staff froze, dread pooling in their stomachs. Marcus's next words were final, sharp, and undeniable. Brandon, Eric, and you, he pointed to the receptionist. You're done here. Collect your things. You're fired. The words crashed over them like a tidal wave. Brandon's knees nearly buckled. Sir, please, give me another chance. I didn't know. That's exactly the problem. Marcus said coldly, you didn't need to know. Respect shouldn't depend on knowing who someone is. It should be automatic. You failed the simplest test of humanity. Eric tried to speak, his voice cracking. Please, I've got a family, kids. Marcus's expression softened for a fraction of a second, but his resolve remained. Then you should have thought about that before humiliating someone you thought was beneath you. What example would you set for your children? That respect is only for the rich? No, that lesson ends here. The receptionist buried her face in her hands, sobbing quietly. But Marcus didn't waver. Turning to Daniel, he said firmly, make sure they're escorted out today. And there, replacements. Find people who understand what service means. People who know that every customer is valuable. Daniel nodded quickly. Yes, sir. But Marcus wasn't finished. He turned his gaze to the rest of the staff, those who had stayed silent but not mocking. One young salesman in particular, standing by a white Urus, had quietly watched everything unfold. Unlike the others, he hadn't laughed. In fact, when the receptionist had made her cutting remark earlier, Marcus had noticed him wince. You, Marcus called out, pointing to the young man. What's your name? The salesman straightened immediately. Jason, sir. Marcus nodded. Jason, I saw you. You didn't laugh. You didn't join in. You may not have spoken up, but your face showed me you knew what was happening was wrong. That matters. Jason's eyes widened. Thank you, sir. Marcus's voice softened slightly. From this moment, you're promoted. Assistant floor. Manager. Effective immediately. Gasps echoed around the room. Jason's jaw nearly dropped. Yes, sir, I don't know what to say. Say nothing, Marcus interrupted gently. Just remember this moment. Remember that integrity has value, and don't ever lose it. Jason nodded rapidly, his chest swelling with pride. Marcus turned back to the entire showroom, his voice rising again with power. Let today be a lesson. Never, ever judge a person by what you see. The man in jeans and sneakers might be the one signing your paycheck. The woman in simple clothes might be the one buying the most expensive car in the room. Respect is free. It costs you nothing. But the lack of it, he gestured toward the 3 disgraced employees, now standing pale and broken, can cost you everything. The room was silent, heavy with the weight of his words. Customers watched in awe. Staff, members stood straighter, their hearts pounding, knowing this moment would be etched into their memories forever. Marcus glanced at his watch, then back at the Huracan. Now, he said calmly, almost as if the storm hadn't happened. Let's get back to business. Respect everyone equally, because you never know who you're truly speaking to. Arrogance can destroy opportunities in seconds, while humility can create them. If this story moved you, tell us in the comments what lesson you took from it. Should respect depend on wealth, or should we give freely to all? We'd love to hear your thought.
No matter who it is, I respect them. Even if I see them sleeping on the streets. Mass layoffs are triggering foreclosure.
Foreclosures are exploding across America like a ticking time bomb no one wants to hear. Behind every locked front door lies a story of layoffs, unpaid mortgages, and families watching their dreams vanish overnight.
Lord.
Nearly 1 million homeowners are already behind on payments, the highest level in over a decade, and the cracks are spreading fast. Credit card delinquencies have surged to 2008 crisis levels. Layoffs are tearing through tech and manufacturing, and the housing market's soft landing fantasy is unraveling. This isn't a warning anymore. It's the beginning of America's next housing disaster.